Fellow copywriters and YouTubings, this is Konrad, the Yerba Addict and a copywriter. And today I got a little bit of a controversial topic at hand for you guys. The reason I wanted to address this in this video is because I haven't seen it addressed in many other places. I haven't seen other people making videos about that topic, and I think this. Basically, if you don't address this aspect of your copywriting, this very well may lead to disappointed clients and basically confused clients. So it means less referrals, less clients coming back to you, and generally speaking, your business and your copywriting career is not going to thrive. And the topic is copywriting for yourself versus copywriting for clients. And before we get into the nitty and gritty of the stuff, I would just have another sip of Yerba. God, how much I love this. So basically, let's start with kind of laying the ground for this little conversation between me and you. So in general, copywriting, means kind of like writing to sell something, to persuade someone, to do some kind of to do something. And there are certain, fundamentals, principles that have been tested through time. And like the saying goes, there's nothing new under the sun. So if you read something that was true 20 years ago, it's still true today. But one thing that is kind of like addition to the fundamentals and principles of copywriting is having like a unique voice. As a person and as a copywriter. So like me and you, we are humans and we kind of share, for the most part, like 95% the same. We are also different, right? So the same way I would say applies to the topic of copywriting for yourself versus a client, because the big difference is that when you copyright for yourself, so be it, I don't know, you write your, your website text, or you create your own videos, because like writing, script for your videos or preparing something for your videos and talking, that's also partially copywriting. Or do you create cover letters for your UpWork, for your UpWork cover letters, or, you create emails for your email newsletter. When you do it for yourself, you are basically you are able to allow yourself to take risks. You can experiment. You can add your own unique personality, even because you can acknowledge the fact that, hey, I am aware of the risks, and then I'm happy to kind of take on some risk as far as the conversions on this working in favor of me, of letting my personality shine. And this is, for example, what I do a lot of times. I add some humor that may be unnecessary. I add some fun elements, like you can see on my website copy. It's killercoldemail.com. You can see I add some elements that probably are not necessary and may be kind of lowering my conversions, but I don't really care. I rather write something that's congruent with myself, and then write something to like please more people and have more conversions. That's just a sacrifice I'm willing to take. But, and this is the big but, if you take on a client, your contract with the client, the unspoken contract, is to deliver the work that's gonna bring them the best results. And I would say, adding your own personality to their messages, a lot of times it's not going to bring them the best results, because one, it's not congruent with who they are, because they might be a boring person. So when they hop on a call later, someone is confused as to like who sent the message, and the same person is totally different on the call. Two, the industry might might speak different language, it might not be something that's like very much accepted in the industry. So even though it's different, and having something different that grabs attention is good, a lot of times it may also work, the other way around. So it's going to grab attention, but someone's going to be repelled by it because he's going to think that he's not a fellow tribe member. So he's not in the same tribe. He's not on the same wavelengths as I am. Same way you put different masks in different environments in life. So, you go, when you meet with your family, you're different. When you go to meet with a girl, you're different, or with a man on a date, you're different. When you meet with your friends, you're different. When you're work, you are slightly different. You're still the same person, but you kind of adapt to the place. So the same way you should be as a copywriter. You should be an adaptation machine. So when you get on your client, you should, for the most part, you should stick to the boring and proven fundamentals and principles that make the copy work. And if you want to add something, try to put yourself in the shoes of the client. Try to understand who he is. Have a conversation with him. You can get a bit of a feeling, and then also understand what industry it is, who is the target customer, who is the target you are writing to, the ideal client profile, and try to kind of adapt your voice into that. And unless in some rare circumstances, the client's gonna be specific, hey, I want a voice like you, I want something that's unique, that's totally different, that's gonna separate us. You have a free will to do what the hell you want, and I'm aware of the risks it involves. So unless specified like this by a client, then I would say this is something that's that you should be kind of obliged to do. Like this is kind of an unspoken rule of copywriting, I would say. And as I said at the beginning, confusing the two, like writing for yourself versus writing for a client, may very well lead to disappointed clients, confused. They might think that this is totally something that, they might say, hey, like this is a message I wouldn't send. So it's going to be weird if someone, then we hop on a call and it's a totally different person. I want to dial it down. So to save yourself, some time and energy and, emotional struggle with the client, then please just, for the most part, stick to the boring principles of copywriting. And if you want to kind of let your inner creativity shine, then do some work for yourself. Either sell something that you have, like your own products or services, or just basically do it in a free time, or I don't know, do it for a friend that wants something fun. But when you get on a client for real money, and unless he's specified otherwise, you have to adapt to kind of his industry and his market, and forget your own kind of what you like and what you don't like, and how your own voice is. And the reason I made this video is because I made this mistake for a long time, and I feel like I still sometimes make this mistake. It's very difficult to kind of be able to separate this. I don't know if the solution is to either write one or the other. And for example, when you want to write for yourself, hire somebody, or only write for yourself and don't write for clients. I think you can do both, but I think it requires a lot of practice to be able to separate that, and be able to on demand add certain flair, creative flair, and on demand kind of subtract it. But don't confuse, writing boring principled text with, fundamental text of copywriting with copy pasting others' work, or not in general making the text boring, because still the copywriting needs to touch somebody's emotions. So it still needs, you still need to work a lot on that, but it's just that you don't need to add some elements that are not necessary when you write for clients, and when you write for yourself, feel free to do that. Like, take risks if you don't care. Like I, for example, don't care. So I think this was a bit of a rant. This was maybe a bit of like a, how to say, stream of different thoughts. But I haven't seen it addressed in other places. So I thought I would touch on this topic and start it. And maybe in the future, I will do like a follow-up video when I get more ideas regarding this issue. And maybe you guys have some comments and can also share your experience, and maybe you can enlighten me in that regard. If this video was interesting, feel free to actually please comment below and note what you liked or what you didn't like, or you write some takeaways or maybe your thoughts on this subject. And if you want more content like that, please subscribe to this channel. And until next time, my friend, let the Yerba be with you.